Hello, and welcome back to our SEO series in collaboration with UK Black Tech. I'm Noemi and the head of marketing at Viaduct Generation. With me today, we have Fabio Mbalo, the CEO and co-founder of Viaduct Generation, who will be guiding us through the topic. So today we're talking about Google Analytics. So let's dive in. Let's start with the obvious. Fabio, what is Google Analytics?
Well, in simple words, Google Analytics is a free tracking tool offered by Google, and it shows you how visitors use your website. For instance, let's say you own an e-commerce store and want to know how many users visit your website. With the help of Google Analytics, you can exactly see the number of visitors on your store, where they're coming from, which device they're using, and much more.
Great. And then where does this tool sit within an SEO strategy?
I mean, this should sit in the reporting side of your overall marketing strategy. Using Google Analytics will allow you to measure your advertising return of investment, as well as track your flash, video, and social networking sites and applications.
Okay, great. So let's get into the metrics. What metrics are included in Google Analytics?
Perhaps it's best I share my screen and take you through it.
Let's go
So
for it.
I'm gonna share it. Um, okay, here we are. So the first thing you see as you enter Google Analytics is, of course, the home screen of the platform. You can straight away get to see how many users you've had in the past month. Okay, you can see the number of sessions, the bounce rate, so how many people have come in and left without purchasing. Okay, the average amount of time that they spend within your site. You even get to see the amount of active users you have in your site right now in real time. Okay, I mean, there's a lot to take you through. You can see the the number of traffic and the channels. So whether it's organically that they've come to your site, whether it's direct, so they've typed in the name of your site directly onto Google, whether they've come through a social media link, etc., etc. You can see precisely the country that your site is most popular in, and then another cool aspect of Google Analytics is that you can pinpoint everything. Okay, so for example, I can come in here and see that the top channel for this specific domain is, of course, organic search, with over 86% of people that come onto their site come in organically. You could scroll a little bit farther down and see the precise number of users over the past, what is this, week, pretty much. Okay, so you can see that over the past week we've had 29,000 users in total, out of which 25,000 of them were new users. We can see the bounce rate. Of course, the bounce rate is always something that we would like to reduce as much as possible. And you can not only see this, okay, but you can also then drill it down to your specific audience. So you can see the demographic of your audience, you can see the interests of your audience, you can see geographically where they're coming from, the behavior that they have within your site. Within your site, what pages are they going to, what pages are they leaving immediately. You can, of course, see when they come through mobile, what sort of experience are they getting, etc., etc. I think that's a good little introduction before I drill down too much into it.
Yes, definitely. It's really useful to kind of see the range of data that you can get just from this one tool, and that it's free is even better. Actually talking about that amount of data that we can see there, should one person in the team be responsible for monitoring this? typically, who would that be? Where would that sit within the team?
It's a good question. I think it very much depends on the size of the business. So, for example, if it's a small business, then I would certainly suggest that the owner should keep a close eye on their analytics. Any bigger than that, then business owners are normally just too busy, and this would normally sit within the marketing and digital marketing departments, because of course you want to be able to report back to the company on how many new users you've had, where the users are coming from, what markets are performing better than others. So normally marketing and the digital marketing departments would be the ones reporting on that.
Great. And then how often should they be making use of this tool? What's the frequency you would recommend?
Again, it very much depends, right? I know that some teams go in on a daily basis, and some companies, sorry, go in on a daily basis to see how the site is performing. Um, I can understand that for a lot of people, like especially if it's a small business, they don't have enough time to be going into their analytics on a daily basis. So, however, at a minimum, I would say that you should go into your Google Analytics minimum once a week, okay? Just so you can sort of compare and ensure that everything is ticking in the right direction. Because if in 1 week you get over 2,000 or 3,000 different users, and the following week all of a sudden you're not making any sales and you're not quite sure why, at least you can go into your analytics and truly see whether perhaps the bounce rate has increased massively. Perhaps you changed the design or the layout of the site, and this new layout isn't quite working and your bounce rate is ridiculously high. So Google Analytics will be able to properly drill down into all these data and help you understand why is it that your site may be performing better than it was last week or worse than it was the previous week.
Definitely. Sounds great. So, to summarize, Google Analytics is an extremely useful tool to essentially give you the insights that you need in order to then make decisions when it comes to your SEO and your website performance.
Absolutely, yes. It, I would say it transcends SEO, right? Because as we could just see, and I know the example that we used, um, most of the traffic comes organically from organic search, which is great. Um, However, Google Analytics also gives you data on how many people are coming to your site from your social media, because perhaps you're a brand that has a huge presence on different social media platforms. So you're able to understand how many people are coming to your site through the perhaps different campaigns that you've launched on your social media, or you can also get to see how your PPC campaigns are working, how many people are coming to your site from a paid search perspective. So yeah, I would say that Google Analytics is a very, very good and powerful tool offered, of course, by Google themselves for you to truly get an understanding of how your site is performing from a digital marketing perspective.
Great. Thank you so much, Fabio, for giving us this overview of Google Analytics. Of course, if you have any questions about anything that has been covered today, please feel free to reach out to us at Viaduct Generation. Thank you once again.
Thank you.